Hi there, I'm Gotham, co-founder and CEO of 15 Rock. I wanted to introduce to you a new feature for our Deep Insights tool. I will just reintroduce it to you, and then I'll go over the new feature, which I think is really, really cool, and I've been having a lot of fun with, and our users have been giving me great feedback on. So, Deep Insights was a tool that we created that, unlike other tools out there, is aware of new information and it's very contextual aware. So we pre-process over 10 million data sets or 10 million data points, as well as we have a database that's several terabytes of data that have multiple data sets on companies and macroeconomic information and different information around that. And what we do is we have AI models that effectively find the most relevant information and pass it on to you. So it's not just like you're using a general chatbot, you're actually getting context that we don't believe is available very easily right now. So we applied this to climate, and for example, you can ask it a question on Amazon's netZero plan, and it'll actually cite for you the sources, which are newer sources than you would get from a tool like GPT or something else. So that was a huge innovation in itself, and we've gotten tremendous feedback, and I thank everyone who's reached out to use it and play with it, and very grateful. But today I'll introduce you a new feature. So right now you can just talk with it. You can ask it questions. It gives you information, and for a research analyst, it saves a ton of time because it helps you figure out where the information is. Again, just to compare, GPT does not do that, and it doesn't have relevant information that's very recent. It doesn't know things that have happened, for example, last week, which our system does. But the new version of this, which is really cool, is it has this thing called AI roles. And I think that is extraordinarily game-changing, and it's vastly superior than anything else out there. We're applying it to climate, but you can use it for general purposes as well. And what it does is it saves people time, but it also gives you a unique edge when you're researching companies now. So we have a platform called Intent that connects millions of data sets together. So we know, for example, that Boeing is connected to Air India is maybe connected to Tata's connected to some engineering firm, and through that we can make these interesting connections, and we can see this interlinked kind of like world that exists in front of us. We also do this with companies. We understand how their ideas are interconnected. We can take a speech that the CFO made 2 years ago and connect it to something the CEO just said a week ago, and that works. And what we do is we have this for companies, but we also have this for other sources. We have this for institutional investors. We have this for influencers. We've been behind the scenes working very heavily to enrich the data sets here. So it's extremely useful when people want to engage with it. And we understand, I've done research analysis in my life a lot, and I know it's a lonely work. It's like you're spending a lot of time trying to figure out what the right information is. You're not sure. Having someone to cross-reference that against is amazing. And in the world where everyone is really busy, it's nice to use AI for that. So right now you can go do this in ChatGPT, but it wouldn't give you really the relevant information because it would just be guessing, and it's prone to hallucination. But what we can do here is, because we have all this information, we can actually use different AI rules, and we're going to make a different version soon where it will cite the AI rules documents differently than it cites the company's documents. But I created an AI rule where this person is an investment analyst who works at Bridgewater and CPP, CPIB, which is the Canadian pension plan. And we can give them a persona. We can say you're skeptical of netZero plans. And just for clarity, these companies do not work together. They're different companies. They're different organizations. They have different investment ideas. But by using their public information and the information that we have in the world, we can take the individual ideas, combine them in a unique way, and then use that as your copilot. So now you can start to create almost a team of people around you that help you, give you ideas on different issues that you wouldn't have to maybe tackle alone anymore. So for example, this AI chat was like very skeptical. It wanted specific details that Amazon did not provide in its documents. It also, its skepticism was a lot different than the skepticism of ChatGPT and using this without an AI role. So it's taking on that persona. But then the interesting thing is when you look at like the factors and the specific issues it's skeptical about, these are actually issues that both firms, well, one of the two firms, have mentioned as concerns. And it could be, if you want to get more specific, it will tell you if the information doesn't exist. So right now it's actually taking someone at these firms and some of their research and some information. But you can say, like, be the CIO of X firm, or be the head of sustainability at Macy's and critique Amazon. And if we have it, it will give it to you. And if it doesn't, it will just tell you that information is not available. But this should hopefully help you really understand things better and really get a different perspective, which should ultimately make your research process better and have you understand your climate risk of your portfolio and your companies in a much more efficient way. So I know this is almost 6 minutes, but if you would like to try it, reach out to me. And if you're already trying it, thank you, and just keep the feedback coming and give us more future ideas. Thanks again, and talk to you later. Bye-bye.